Morning, and it's indeed a pleasure to be here with this august audience. And we have very distinguished panelists for the session that we're going to, for the session today on 21st century schools, innovation, and leadership. So before we begin the discussion, I would like to set up the context for the schools, leadership, and innovation. As we all know that it is a momentous age of change. Technology is pervading every single aspect of our life. And we have seen the growth of nations that have embraced innovation. The examples of South Korea, Taiwan, Singapore are cases in point where amazing contributions have happened and disruptive technologies have emerged. And the seedbed of all of that has been innovation. In that light, with the kind of dynamism that we have in India, what could be done to engage with our students, teachers, and leadership on innovation and entrepreneurship? And how can we hope that the next generation of disruptive technologies will come in from this huge, vibrant ecosystem? So we have seen that, over several decades, there have been various waves of technology disruptions. It's a continuous process. With the convergence of various technologies, different waves have come in, and we are moving to the age of digital transformation, where technology is impacting every bit of business and our socioeconomic dynamics as well. We have seen that digital technologies are impacting retail, banking, finance, and in the previous session, we saw how data is being generated and what newer insights can be drawn on consumer dynamics. In India, we have machine intelligence that is being deployed today to predict whether the LASIK surgeries are going to be successful for a particular patient or not. With the patient data, you could have prediction done on that. The yield on farming, the timing of sowing the seeds can all be determined using machine intelligence and the on-ground data that is actually happening in India today. Today, if you look at the business makers, for all the CEOs, the biggest question is technology. How do we embrace technology and how do we drive innovation? And here, from the school's perspective, I would like to share few case studies and instances of excellence of how our teachers are embracing innovation. Bijal Damani is a teacher at SN Kasagra School at Rajkot. She teaches social sciences and entrepreneurship. She was handed a group of students who were not really interested in studies, and the principal gave her a task of engaging them meaningfully. So rather than teaching these students the concept of entrepreneurship in a conventional manner, she engaged them on creating an online web bazaar. She involved them and taught them like sourcing products from the marketplace, innovating, making minor modifications, waste recycling, and then pricing the products and bringing the communities and parents to the school where the students retailed these products. And over a period of 3 years, she raised $100,000, which she used to pay for underprivileged girls' education. There were 1,000 girls who got educated, and here is a teacher teaching entrepreneurship in an unconventional manner and creating an impact. She received global recognition for her work and was invited at multiple universities, and she happens to be a Microsoft Innovative Educator. And there is an instance of the school transformation. It is Sun City School, which is based at Gurgaon. A couple of years back, technology was just limited to using few labs and doing few experiments. But over the last 1.5 years, with the active participation of leadership and the teachers and the students, today they are doing amazing work coding. Students as young as 5 to 6 years are deploying games to create learning instances, talking to parents and giving feedback on children's work on tools like Sway. And the entire school is completely transformed. and they are doing analyzing software, they're doing stuff with technology, and providing newer insights. And all this is for real. Several of our teachers who are government school teachers with very limited access to facilities have created apps for teaching linguistics in the remotest part of the country. There are teachers who are championing projects on environment using technology to collaborate and connect them with global communities. And the premise of innovation in education is based on UNESCO's framework where we need to institute 21st century skills in the learner, skill sets of critical thinking, collaboration, teamwork, and all this cannot be achieved through conventional teaching and learning processes. We need to relook at pedagogical innovation. We need to relook at the ownership from the leadership, the way professional development is carried out for the faculty, and also need to look at the infrastructure as well to have a consolidated story of transformation. So as I've shared before, I'll skip this slide. There are multiple technologies, cloud, mobility, social, big data that we need to talk about, and Internet of Things will be a reality. And on the supply side, there is a huge gap between what the employers are looking for and what our institutions are producing today. So there are several thousand jobs that cannot be filled because of lack of adequate exposure. And I'll just share this instance of collaboration between schools and children teaching ordinary concepts in an extraordinary way.
Yes. Do you live in Central Mexico?
Sí. ¿Te encuentras en Estados Unidos de América?
Yes. Do you live in a capital city?
Sí. ¿Estás cerca de Seattle?
We are very close to Seattle. Are you in Mexico City?
Sí. ¿Estás en Tacoma?
Yes. Very good guess.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Do you like living in Mexico City?
¿Te gusta vivir en la Ciudad de México?
Aquí está muy lindo.
Here is very nice.
What do you do for fun?
¿Qué haces para divertirte?
Voy a las playas de México.
I'm going to the beaches of Mexico.
I like to swim.
Me gusta nadar.
A mí también.
Me too.
Where in the world do you wish to travel?
¿A dónde en el mundo te gustaría viajar?
A Rusia.
To Russia.
¿Y tú?
And you?
Everywhere.
Sería increíble algún día verte en México.
It would be amazing to see you someday in Mexico.
I would really like to visit you sometime.
Me gustaría mucho visitarte algún día.
A mí también.
Me too.
So here is an instance of students in two different geographies, speaking different languages, talking to each other, and they're learning concepts of geography here. And they are still learning, but learning at a very, very different level. And we've seen these instances at the grassroots level, where it's restricted to numerous other areas, whether collaboration on science experiments, on learning culture, and other aspects as well. So